And there she sits. Well, that's been the home of my truck for the last week. I was sitting waiting to get unloaded last week, and engine light came on while I was sitting there, D-rate 25%. So yeah, I finally got unloaded last Tuesday and had to find me a shop to put her in, so brought it here to Dickinson Fleet Services. And by the time I got here, it derated down to 40% with stop engine light and all that coming on. And finally got the diagnosis that basically the DPF level sensor bull crap went out on it. Here's a tip for you. You know, these guys said, you know, they called around, there's going to be 4 weeks for them to get the part. Man, call everybody you know, you can think of, trying to find that part. You know, they're out there. If you search hard enough, you can find them. Luckily, you know, my dad, he works for the Mack and Volvo dealership in Amarillo. Him and his wife, I gave him the part number. She started calling around and searching and getting hold of her contacts over at International, and you know, I was calling everybody. I called Keith Wilson over at Arrow, had him looking, had their warranty department looking, and my dad's wife, she found me one. She actually found me 3 of them, believe it or not. So I had it shipped up here to Illinois out of North Little Rock. You know, surprise, surprise, that's kind of got it there. But yeah, she found me one in Houston, found me one in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Then you know, Keith Wilson called me the next day. He had found me one too. So, you know, here it is, Monday morning. You know, I rented a car, went back to Tennessee to the house for a few days, spent the weekend there. Rented another car, coming back up here to Chicago yesterday, got here last night. Slept in the car in front of this dealership, in front of this truck service place, and got up this morning, had to wait on their computer to get back from being repaired so they could clear out the codes, and got all of them to clear out but one. And according to the guy, it says to go drive it and see if the code will clear out. So that's what their guy's fixing to do here in a minute, is go drive it down the road, see if that code will clear out. I hope so. I need to get back to work. All right, y'all. Finally took get the sun out of there. About 8 days, but your boy is hooked back up. We got everything fixed. We got us a brand new def tank right there, because evidently with International you have to buy the whole tank. So yeah, we are fixing to get back on the road. Thank goodness. It's been costing me too much money. This trip to Chicago cost me a lot of money. Time down, loads missed, repair work. So yeah, hopefully we can get all this going now. Gonna be heading to West Virginia, load up, coming back to Wisconsin. So got to pick up in the morning. All right, we'll talk to you on a bit. Okay, and so I was going through and watching my videos, getting ready to do this, and noticed I'd left a few things out. So while I was sitting here in this road construction, I thought I would give y'all the rest of the story. Alright, so when he went and drove it, that did not clear out the code. They went and got a different computer put on there and popped up some different codes. He did some research. Well, come to find out, it was only stuff that an actual international dealership computer could clear out. So I had to sit there that night, take it down to Rush International and get them to clear it out. I wound up having to crawl underneath my truck, take off the speed sensor because the truck would only go 8 miles an hour. I was able to get to go faster. I couldn't go any faster than what I could idle it up to. So it was still a little bit of a slow trip, but hey, I got it there. They got it cleared out. I started going back to Dickinson and noticed my engine brake wouldn't work. And then it started working a little bit over 1500 RPM. As soon as it got to 1500 RPM, boom, it quit. So I turned around, took it back to Rush. They messed with it for a few hours. They couldn't figure it out. They had to do a claim file on it to send in international. So I was like, well, I can't sit around waiting to hear back from them. Who knows how long it will take. I need to get back on the road. So I messed with it on the way back down to Dickinson. So I get my trailer, pay out of there, and get back on the road. Well, I'd take it over 1500 RPM and then let it go back down. And I kept doing that, and it just kept getting where it would go lower and lower. Finally, by the time it was all said and done, I got it to where it would, my engine brake would work all the way down to 1050, 1100 RPM where it's supposed to. I was like, man, I just moved to the mountains. I have to have an engine brake. So, got that situated out, got paid out, got rolling, got 200 miles away going towards West Virginia. My engine light come back on again. So what the hell? I just spent $3,000 getting this thing out of the shop. So, which warranty covered most of that. So then got to West Virginia, got loaded up, load of coke, was going back to Wisconsin with it. I stopped and got fuel at Upper Sandusky, Ohio, at the Loves there, and I was like, okay, well, I'll see if they can clear the code out, check it, whatever. They pulled it up, and it was a NOx sensor, and it only went off one time, and that was over 800 miles. So they went ahead, reset my computer, cleared out the code. I went ahead and went back up to Wisconsin. Thought I was going to get unloaded. I didn't. The coke that they sent them was bigger than what they could take. So now I'm on my way back to West Virginia to unload this load of coke back to where I started. And then looking at maybe getting reloaded in Ohio, going to Nebraska. I don't know, we'll see after I get unloaded tomorrow. But now the engine light hadn't come back on. Truck's running good, doing good. Hopefully it stays that way for a while. I can't afford to take any more time off. I mean, it was great to go home for, you know, the weekend, spent a few days there, hung out with my wife, my brother-in-law, his girlfriend, my mother-in-law and her boyfriend. They all showed up. They've been out vacationing around. Spent a couple days with them, went down to Asheville, North Carolina to Biltmore Estates, big old mansion thing that the Vanderbilts built back in early 1900s, late 1800s. It was cool. I mean, is it something I want to do all the time? Probably not. Those tickets were expensive, and it was kind of a pain in the ass to get in and out. So they was pissed off at my brother-in-law's truck. He's got a big old F550 with a camper on top, sticking up 14 foot in the air. They wasn't happy about that. But yeah, so I'm back on the road, out here trying to make some money, and I was hoping to get my unload videoed for y'all, but I haven't done it yet. So I hope y'all have a great week. We'll see if we can get some footage this week. Y'all have a good one.